Atomic Monsoon.
Welcome to the Monsoon.
Welcome back to Atomic Monsoon, the maelstrom of pop culture discussion, everybody.
Woo!
We've got myself, Andy, and we got Stephanie in the studio today.
I am back from the woods.
Welcome back, Stephanie. Glad to have you.
Yes.
Josh, unfortunately, had a family emergency and could not be here today. So we got a fill-in. We got the VP of Broadcast Operations here at Voice America, Mr. Ryan Treasure.
Booyah.
You can hear Ryan. He is on Finding Your Frequency on Fridays with our president, Jeff Spinard.
Let it you should plug it.
You.
Fridays at noon on the Voice America Variety Channel, Finding Your Frequency. We had a new episode drop today all about Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
So definitely go check that out. We did an interview with Antonia, who is the chief knicker officer of a company called Enclosed, who does these really cool gift-giving services as a subscription so guys can get like lingerie to their significant others, which was cool. And then we did an interview with a woman named Rachel, who's a relationship expert, who told us that everything we know is wrong and we need to be better. And it was a great show. So yeah, go check it out.
Yeah, that sounds great. I should probably listen to the second half at least.
Not so much the first, but definitely the second.
Yeah. Well, I'm not in a relationship, so I don't have anyone to buy the lingerie for. So I got to find out what I'm doing wrong, right? So
yeah, and I wouldn't recommend sending lingerie to somebody who's not your significant other. That may be.
I mean, that can go one of two ways, and
That's
both
just-
of them are probably bad in the
just
long term.
weird.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also want to give a big thanks to our pals at Def M Records for providing our intro music. I know I don't remember to thank them every episode, but I definitely should.
Yes.
And you should head over to defmrecords.com, DEAFMRECORDS.com. I am friends with at least one person in almost every band on that label.
Nice.
And a bunch of them got together and made some cool music for us, and that's great. And I just want to give a quick shout out again to Tom Levine, our pal from that was on last week. Tom's a great guy, great friend of mine. TomLevine.com, LEVEEN. He's written 9 books. Go read them all.
I kind of wish I was here for last week's episode. I listened to it today, and I was like, oh, that seemed like a lot of fun conversations that I probably would not have been able to put much input into.
Quite possibly, yeah. But Tom is around, and he had expressed interest in coming back at some point.
Cool.
So, so he might be back, and you might get to meet him then. If not, I mean, he'll be at other events around town.
Fair enough.
Comic-Con, Fan Fusion, whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
Confusion.
Confusion. It's still my favorite. Yeah. Phoenix Fan Fusion.
It's a blast of air.
Yeah. So this week, we thought we would take a look at what's coming soon.
To a theater near you.
To a theater near you and me and hopefully all of us. I grabbed a list of the nerdy movies coming out this year, and you can fight me over how nerdy some of them are.
I guess that we should probably clarify what you're meaning by nerdy movies, because if we said the nerdy movies, we'd have to be like. This list would be a lot smaller in some instances.
Well, that's true.
It depends on what nerd silo you reside in.
That's also true.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to be like, well, these are just the comic book movies, or, oh, these are just the video game
It's
movies,
true.
or these are just the movies for kids that haven't grown up yet. No, it's kind of all of that. It's all, yeah. It's all of the movies that are sequels or franchises to kind of other things that have gone on. And in one case, if you're still watching these movies, they've already had 8 of them. If you're interested in Hobbs and Shaw, I mean, you're probably a Fast and the Furious nerd. So,
So, I know there. So do we want to just start at the top and then go all the way down? So start at January and go to December.
Yeah, I mean, today is on day of recording. It's February 1st, so we've kind of missed January.
I guess what was in January?
Well, Dragon Ball Super Broly, which I did go to see.
Okay.
And was a lot of fun. And if you like Dragon Ball, it's great. It's 90 minutes of people just beating the hell out of each other.
That could be fun.
Yeah, and yelling real loud, and their hair changing colors when they get all sparkly and stuff. And listen, if you've watched Dragon Ball, if you like Dragon Ball, if you're a Dragon Ball nerd,
Was there a lot of fusion happening?
there was some fusion happening.
All right.
Yes, there was some failed fusion and some successful fusion, and it was a good time. And
For those of you that
Vegeta,
don't understand, you're like, what?
just go watch the movie, or look up Dragon Ball Fusion on YouTube.
Yeah,
You'll find
there's
something.
probably plenty of videos, like montages of all of
I
that
just
together.
assumed there was some fusion.
Yeah. Also, if you like Steven Universe and you don't know anything about Dragon Ball, it's the same kind of fusion. So, Yeah. So, and then the sequel to Unbreakable came out, Mr. Glass or whatever, but I don't care.
It's like, was it Unbreakable, Split, and then Glass?
Yeah. Unbreakable put me to sleep in the first 15 minutes, so I haven't watched any of those movies.
I'll watch that one when it's like free on Amazon Prime.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, so today's February 1st. So next Friday, February 8th, we got the Lego Movie 2, the second part is
I
coming out.
am so excited for this. I loved the first Lego movie so much.
I went in to see it and I had no expectations. Just some of my friends were like, "Hey, we're going to go see the Lego Movie. Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever. It's a Saturday afternoon. I'm not doing anything." And I had a really good time. So
it's kind of interesting. When I saw the first Lego Movie, I actually just got broken up with like an hour before we went to go see it.
Oh no!
And I was like, "Yeah, I want to go feel good." And then we went to go see the Lego Movie, and now it's amazing, and I love it.
Yeah.
Well, did it make you feel good?
It did. It made me feel great.
Nice.
Funny
was
story.
quoting it forever.
I have a funny story about this movie, which isn't even out yet. My brother was telling me he went to look up the trailer for it on YouTube, and there was a pre-roll ad, right? Because YouTube does that.
Yep.
But the pre-roll ad was literally just the first movie. So he just watched, like, this pre-roll ad was an hour and a half long, and he was like, "What the hell is it?" And it was just the movie. So he just watched the movie as an ad on YouTube.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's like when programmatic ad serving technology goes wrong.
Yeah.
or right for the end user.
Yeah, terribly right. Because it was like, "Oh, you want to see the second one? Well, before you see the trailer, just watch the first movie."
The whole thing.
And he did.
Can all movies be like that?
Yeah, right?
So.
Let's see. Coming up on February 14th, Valentine's Day, we have Alita Battle Angel, which is, the title got switched. The manga is Battle Angel Alita, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer for that one. It looks pretty interesting. I don't know one thing about the backstory or anything about it, but just simply looking at the trailer and being nerdy, I think it looks interesting.
Okay. Stephanie, how about you?
I've seen the trailer a few times that I've gone to the movies and it's played, and it's definitely piqued my interest. But I feel like, I'll see it when I see it, whether it's, in theaters or on Amazon or on Netflix or on a friend's house randomly one day or whatever.
Yeah,
so
just wherever it happens to.
There's no rush for me. Like, it does look really interesting, and I think I would be interested in seeing it, but it's like, I'm like, but if I don't see it in theaters, I won't be, butthurt about it.
Yeah, I like manga stuff and Ghost in the Shell and all that, so I figure it'll probably be something I'll go see in the theater.
Yeah. I mean, I've skimmed through some of the manga. If you like Ghost in the Shell, it probably is going to be kind of a similar vein thing. The thing that they did to Alita's face to give her those big manga eyes.
It does look creepy.
It looks super weird. Yeah.
So, did they contact the guy behind Lady Gaga's Bad Romance music video? Because her eyes were also big in that too.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Ooh la la.
I don't know for sure. Yeah. February 22nd, there's 2 movies coming out.
Oh.
One of them is Fighting With My Family. This is where unconventional nerd stuff comes in. This is a WWE film starring and produced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and it is about the wrestler Paige. She comes from a family of wrestlers. Her mom's a wrestler, her dad's a wrestler, her brother is a wrestler, and they're all UK based, and she got a shot to try out for WWE, and this is kind of the story of them all training to wrestle and everything together. But, I remember hearing a story like when she was a teenager, she ended up in a tag team match with her mom.
Oh my God.
Right? So the two of them were wrestling against whoever their opponents were. And there were times where she had to wrestle her dad at some point. And so hence the movie being called Fighting With My Family.
It's funny.
Nice.
Earlier this week, we had a host of ours who did an hour-long interview with Diamond Dallas Page.
Yes.
So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. DDP, 6-time world champion or whatever, WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he does yoga videos now, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's funny, DDP was doing the yoga stuff before he left wrestling. But after he got too old and had to retire and his body just couldn't do wrestling anymore, he was like, let me start doing this yoga thing.
Yeah.
And he started it by the original marketing name for it, I believe, was Yoga for Tough Guys. And then it eventually became just
there's
Diamond Dallas Page yoga down to just
I'm trying to
DDP
remember
yoga.
what it is, a before and after video on YouTube for a guy who was trying to lose a bunch of weight, and he had lost his first 80 pounds, and then Diamond Dallas Page noticed that he was really trying hard, and then started going through his thing, and in 1 year, the guy lost like 280 pounds or something like that.
Yeah.
It was
Oh
like an
God.
amazing transformation.
Yeah. There's another guy that I think he was a serviceman, and he was told he would never walk again. He was wheelchair bound, and he said nuts to this, and got in touch with Paige and
Wow.
went through the DDP yoga, and he can run now.
So that DDP yoga thing is like legit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that I think I kind of feel like I need to look into, especially now that I'm making reasonable money here.
Yeah, there was someone on one season of Dancing with the Stars who had like a spinal infection or something. I don't remember exactly what happened to her, but she could not feel her legs.
Yeah.
And yet she was probably like, she was a really good dancer. Like, even though she couldn't feel her legs, she somehow still managed to figure out the steps. And thankfully did not collapse at any point during her dancing.
That's good. Do you know if she was a DDP yoga practitioner or?
I don't remember. That was like 3-4 seasons ago.
Okay. We're just going to pretend that she was.
Yeah.
And,
Good job,
yeah.
DDP.
Yeah.
So.
And then also coming out February 22nd is How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World.
I'm all over that one.
Okay, I have not seen either of the any of the How to Train Your Dragon. I don't even know how many there are now.
So-
I've seen all the movies. I have a 5-year-old, right? So
Sure.
I've seen every episode, the cartoons, the series.
Isn't there one like on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. Yeah,
There was also a Cartoon Network one for a while.
I want to make sure I have the right. It's the one with the kid who has a missing leg. And then
Hiccup.
And then the dragon that has like a mechanical back fin.
Yep, Toothless.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I've seen all of those.
Okay, yeah, I don't know, but that movie was out, and I know that those are very popular movies. So
what's interesting is that when I remember seeing the trailer for the first one, and I was like, because this is around the time when DreamWorks was making like the 7th or 8th Shrek. Right. So I'm like, okay, finally something different.
Yeah.
But I wasn't interested in seeing it, and then I saw the trailer for the second one a few years later, and I was like, okay, I think I need to go back and watch the first one because there's something here that I need to get into. And I watched the first and the second one. I watched a little bit of the TV series that was on Cartoon Network.
Okay.
And after watching it, I'm like, these are actually really good. So I'm actually excited to see the third one, especially because it looks really good. Yeah. And also Toothless is amazing.
Yeah, it's one of
adorable.
Those. This one's one of those things where like I happened on it because my daughter started watching it.
Sure.
And then I'm like, this is good, and so now it's like, what do you want to watch? Let's watch the new thing, when it comes out. So we're gonna go see that one for sure.
That sounds awesome.
I'm into that one.
Yeah, one of these days I'll get into those. It's just there's only so many hours.
I mean, dude, they're training dragons.
Right. Well,
and Toothless is adorable.
Yes.
There is
and they shoot like balls of energy, like not fire. It's even cooler than fire.
There's actually there's a photo on Facebook where that I've seen on Facebook, and it's Toothless in a Stitch costume and Stitch in a Toothless costume, and it is like the most adorable photo ever. I have it saved to my phone.
Stitch from Lilo and Stitch?
Yes.
Oh, that would be funny to see. Yeah. You'll have to share that with me.
I will have to find it. Yeah.
We'll have to put it on our Instagram.
I will. Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of terrible segues, March 8th, Captain Marvel comes out.
Yes, so ready.
I might be a little excited for that.
I can't believe you called out your segue.
Huh? Oh, I do that all the time.
Oh, he definitely does. You should have heard the Deadpool segue I made.
Oh, yeah. There.
Was there chimichangas involved?
No, it was involving a vacuum cleaner.
Okay.
Yeah. I forgot about that one. Yeah. But yeah, Captain Marvel comes out March 8th. That's the Marvel version of Captain Marvel. Colonel Carol Danvers.
I am so excited.
I mean, I only have all of her comics, so...
Only all of them. Only all of them.
Only all of them.
Every time I scroll down my Facebook page, every time I see the trailer, I watch it again, and then I'll watch it again and again. It's good. And my favorite, there's multiple trailers, right? And it's like, there's one where he's like, this is the ultimate movie, the explosions, the car chase, and I'm like, that one's the good trailer. I like that one.
So there was... So a couple weekends ago, I think the last episode that I was on, I mentioned that I got tickets to Ace Con here in Phoenix, and I went to it, and it was all right. Okay. I saw Tom Hiddleston from Very Far Away, and he very much looked like Tom Hiddleston from Very Far Away. But there was a booth that was set up that had the booth is called Heroes Within. You guys should go check out their website. It's really cool. Okay. But they make subtle, and you could wear them anywhere type outfits, but of all superhero stuff. So there's a Wonder Woman dress, a Batman dress. There was a green Carol Danvers Captain Marvel bomber jacket. Ooh. And I looked at it and I went, I think I need that. I tried it on and it was so great.
Did you get it?
It was the low price of $700.
It was only $140.
Oh, that's not too bad.
That's reasonable for a bomber jacket, actually.
Yeah, no, I did not get it though because it was one of those things where we're not really planning to spend anything at this con.
Yeah.
So, but it's on their website, so I can just go buy it whenever I'm ready. But yeah,
there you go. Okay.
But I saw the jacket, I'm like, I want it.
Yeah.
And I can switch out the patches and have it say like Rogers or anybody else,
whomever.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So.
Yeah.
Just another thing I want to add with Captain Marvel.
Yes.
I saw this post a while back when we were first talking about doing this.
Uh-huh.
Sounds like, according to a thing Disney released, Captain Marvel will be a character you can meet in the parks.
Oh.
I think that's really good.
Yeah.
I've said this probably 3 times already on the show, but yeah, so I have a daughter, so I'm always looking for these things that, can help with, the growth of young women. And I really like the idea of having more women superheroes that little girls can look up to, rather than all of this, even though I'm a guy and masculinity is important, but when you're raising a daughter, you got to learn how to be a little girl,
Right.
Strong one with lasers and stuff.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yes.
How to throw cars and detect aliens on the subway.
And punch old women that are actually aliens in disguise.
Those dang reptilians.
So,
A couple weeks later, March 29th, I can read. Wow. That's typed. It's not even bad handwriting. Dumbo. It's appropriate because I didn't know how to read.
the live action Dumbo.
Live action CGI.
It's mostly live action. Like, the only thing CGI'd is Dumbo.
Okay.
Like, the other elephants, I think, are mostly real.
It's entirely possible.
Don't quote me on that.
I don't think I have seen Dumbo since Ryan, I was about your daughter's age. So
yeah, and it was the weird tripped out Dumbo, right?
Pink elephants on parade.
Yeah, correct.
yeah, with the talking crows and everything.
That one, there's
old
Dumbo is racist.
There's some things that have not aged very well.
The old Dumbo was also had to be created by somebody who was just on massive amounts of LSD or mushrooms or something.
It's entirely possible.
I mean, it is trippy.
So, I sort of enjoyed the original Dumbo as a kid. The pink elephants on parade part scared me. I was not a fan of the clown scenes.
Okay. Right, because you and clowns aren't friends.
Yeah, no, me and clowns are not friends.
Yeah, my
but
wife's the same way.
But when I saw this new trailer, a lot of people I've heard, like, they've not been happy with them adding, like, the humans and the kids and everything. But I'm like, but this helps so much, because before it was just a talking mouse that was literally driving the story, and then a cute little elephant. Now it's like, oh, hey, here's kids to help drive the story.
Now it's show, not tell.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, this actually looks better.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a try. I'll see how it goes.
You know what I did like about Dumbo, though? There was a series in the early 80s. Ryan, you might remember this. There was a series on Disney. It was called Dumbo's Circus. And it was a bunch of, like, mascot costumed characters. And it was the circus that Dumbo belongs to.
Right. I do remember it vaguely.
Okay. Yeah.
Vaguely.
Yeah. I remember the gorilla, the ape, was named QT. And I didn't get that his name was Cutie for the longest time.
I mean, it took me till I was like 10 to realize Turk and Tarzan's a girl.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I wonder if in the new Dumbo, the mouse will get drunk again.
Well, the mice are there.
We can only hope.
The mice are there.
That's one of the funny parts about the original Dumbo is when the little mouse falls in and gets drunk. I like that part.
It's true. So we'll see. We'll have to see. But it's also directed by Tim Burton?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
So it's got that.
Did it pique your interest more now, Andy?
A little bit. Well, so here's the thing. So yes, I like a lot of Tim Burton movies up until about 2000. Like, all of his 90s output, I really enjoy. Once he started doing other people's properties, I enjoy his films a lot less.
Okay.
Pretty much Planet of the Apes is the cutoff.
The cutoff.
Right? Like, I thought that movie was cool, but then I hadn't seen the original one.
What's your favorite movie that he did?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, probably Batman.
Sidebar.
Probably the first Batman, the 89 one.
Oh, yeah.
Beetlejuice is also really good. And I did really like Sweeney Todd.
Did he do Edward Scissorhands?
He did do Edward Scissorhands.
That's my favorite
See,
one.
all the 90s ones.
Yeah, you're probably right then, because it's all the 90s ones for me,
Pee-wee's
too.
Big Adventure.
That was good,
right?
too.
So, yeah, all the 80s and 90s ones are really good.
Even though Pee-wee's creepy, but it was a good movie.
Well, that's...
Not wrong.
I mean, anyone that goes to one of those theaters, you know.
So...
Yeah. Shazam!
Yes.
April 5th.
Shazam, so excited for that too.
That's DC's Captain Marvel, although since 2011 he hasn't been known as Captain Marvel at all. He's just Shazam all the time now. So, except when he's Billy Batson. Shut up. It's fine.
But no, I'm excited for that one. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, after seeing Aquaman and how much fun that was, if this is the direction that DC is taking their movies.
I'm going to see that one tomorrow.
Shazam?
Aquaman?
No, Aquaman.
Oh.
Yep, I haven't seen it yet, and so we have date night finally after a month, so my wife and I are going to go see that tomorrow.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Well, I saw it twice, so I hope you enjoy it.
Did you enjoy it?
I saw it twice.
All right.
I have not seen it yet.
I won tickets to see it free, and then I paid to see it the second time.
Did you enjoy like Justice League and Wonder Woman as well?
I enjoyed Wonder Woman. I enjoyed parts of Justice League. The parts that were obviously Joss Whedon rewrites and reshoots were great. The parts that were Zack Snyder's base story were what Whedon had to work with. So Zack Snyder's not a bad filmmaker. I don't think he has the right tone for mainstream superhero movies.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right. And that's my opinion. You are certainly free to disagree with me and tell me that I'm dumb.
So whoever produced the other one though for Captain Marvel, or Captain Marvel, Aquaman, you think that one hit the mark?
Yeah. James Wan was the director for that, and that I really enjoyed that.
I mean, didn't I overhear Josh like earlier this week say something that it broke $1 billion?
I think so.
In the
I think
box
worldwide
office?
it's close to $1 billion.
Yeah.
I feel like Josh is a little skewed on his love for Aquaman though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Josh really likes DC Comics.
Yeah, no, and he's completely valid to do so.
Josh has read every published issue of Superman.
Wow.
So, if there's going to be someone that's going to be excited about DC movies, it's going to be him.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I just like
great.
movies.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Keeping on the comic book train for the next couple movies, the Hellboy reboot comes out on April 12th.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I've got nothing there. So.
I enjoyed the first two Hellboy movies enough, but I have tried reading the comics and they're not my cup of tea.
I liked the first Hellboy movie. I didn't care so much for the second one for some reason.
Okay.
I like the actor that played Hellboy.
Yeah.
And
Ron Perlman. Yeah.
I don't. Who's the actor in this next one?
The actor now, I think, is
If it's not Ron Perlman, it might
I think it's the actor who plays Hopper in Stranger Things.
Yeah. It's not Ron Perlman anymore because they decided to reboot it because it's been so long or whatever. I'm looking up right now the actor's name.
I can't remember his name, but he's from the Stranger Things. He's from Stranger Things. He plays Hopper. So if you know who that is, you immediately go, "Oh, okay, that's him."
Oh my God! Why IMDb? Why are you so slow on the phone? David
Get it together,
Harbour.
IMDb.
David Harbour. That's
David
right.
Harbour. Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah. He's great. I don't know that I needed a Hellboy reboot, but that's fine.
Yeah, sure. I still am here. With nothing.
Yeah. Well, Shazam comes out on the 5th, Hellboy comes out the 12th, and then there's nothing for 2 weeks because the next thing to come out is Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
So they were smart to get Hellboy out before Avengers.
Yeah, probably. There's not a lot of time between that either.
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they got 2 weeks instead of one.
I know they're going to get 2 weeks to get people, and then the movie's going to be like, whoop, it'll just fall off at the box office.
Yep.
I am so excited.
Everyone's aware of that. So so Avengers is going to make $1 billion.
I am so excited for Endgame. We all know there's 1,000,001 theories out there, and I know that trailer struck me with the feels. # still not over Infinity War, but but there is something that I did hear, and this has now been confirmed now because multiple media sources have posted this.
Okay.
There will be a trailer that will drop Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay.
During the game.
So that's today if you're listening on Voice America Variety.
That'll be this evening.
Sunday. Yeah.
That'll be this evening, so make sure you're paying attention to the commercials.
And if you're listening to the podcast, then
you just told a bunch of nerds to go watch football.
No. I told them to watch the commercials. The Super Bowl is long enough. You can miss the game and still get all the commercials. I've done it when I was younger.
I know Andy will be watching the game because if you had a football team, it would be the Patriots.
Right. Well, I'm from New England.
So
yeah. So that makes sense.
I'm from Kansas City. I'm still not over that. It's going to take another week.
I'm a Cardinals fan, and we ended 3-13.
But don't you have the number 1 draft pick?
Yes, we do.
Okay. There you go.
They're going to sell it to somebody. Though.
I know.
Fair enough.
So, but yes, no, there is that trailer.
I'm equally excited about this other movie coming out.
Yeah, no, but they are dropping that trailer.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
So let me skip ahead just a little bit because it has to do with a point I want to make.
Sure.
Like if you've seen the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer.
Yes.
There's like parts of that I think that kind of gives some information as to what happens in Avengers Endgame.
Yes,
and I'm a little
Spidey lives.
Right. Well, that's the most obvious one, but there's other ones in the trailer that you see, right? And I'm going, and I'm kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say mad, but I wish they wouldn't release stuff like that when it's like so close to the other movie coming out. As
this is the downside with shared universe stuff, because I have been going through this with comics forever, where they're like, hey, we have this big event and what's going to happen at the end, but they have to start advertising for upcoming comics before the end, right? Because they're like, hey, we got issues 1 through 8 of this, and then after issue 8 comes out, we're doing issue number 1 of this series, and they can't sell to comic stores a series that is, we can't tell you the title and we can't tell you who's in it, because then literally nobody will order it. So right, and so these trailers are as much for the studio, as much for the theaters as they are for the audience. Right. Well, no, they're the movie trailers are for the people that run the theaters. They're for Dan Harkins, right? They're for the guy, whoever runs AMC. They're for, those guys, so that they know, hey, this movie looks exciting. We think this will be a good hit, or
so
whatever.
They can decide if they want to carry it at their theater,
or how many screens they want to put it on, or how many, if they own multiple theaters, how many of them they want to put them on.
And the other thing is too is that there was an announcement like 2-3 weeks, maybe even a couple months before Infinity War came out, saying that Spider-Man was confirmed for another movie.
Right.
So when he turned to dust at the end of Infinity War, which that's no longer a spoiler here, folks.
Listen, if you haven't seen it in the last year, it's your fault.
That is actually your fault now.
I agree.
But it's like, we already know, okay, he's going to get another film, so we know he is going to survive this. The only ones we do not know are those whose contracts are coming up.
Right. Right. Yeah. So yes, it is a little bit of a spoiler that, hey, Spider-Man and some other characters did survive Avengers Endgame.
Was it just Spidey and Nick Fury in that, though?
Nick Fury is in there, because he's like, in the trailer, he ends up in Spider-Man's hotel room or whatever.
Oh, that's right. He's like, because he shoots a dart into his friend.
You're Spider-Man. You're going to have to come save people.
So the other side to this, though, is that Spider-Man Far From Home is already it's actually a sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming. Right? As much as it's part of the shared universe, its primary function is to be a sequel to the other Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man didn't die at the end of that movie. So, how do you balance your advertising for that, right?
Yeah.
Hey, we got the summer movie coming out. We want to get you ready for it ahead of time.
Andy, I don't care about advertising. I just hate for the stories to be ruined, man.
Not
that they're ruined. I guess that's probably a bad terminology.
Trailers.
I mean, here's the thing. I have some friends that actually purposely do not watch the Star Wars trailers because they just want to go see it and watch it and enjoy it. But then they go see movies like Avengers, Endgame, or see Spider-Man Far From Home, and then the trailer plays beforehand, and they're like, well, here it is.
Yeah. So we're running out of time, and we have a lot more movies to get through.
Well, shall we move down the list then?
Yeah. So Detective Pikachu is next.
I'm excited for that.
I don't know that I care for this movie.
Okay.
Pass.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. Ryan and I are about the same age, and I think we were both a little bit too old when Pokemon started.
Yeah, wasn't there like a video game that people were obsessed with Pokemon, and you got to go find them?
Yeah.
That's all of them.
Like on your phone?
Oh, yeah.
It was
Pokemon Go?
like an AR, like an augmented reality type.
Yes. Yeah.
It's on my phone right now.
That's still a thing.
Wow.
People are still playing that.
Yes, I played it like yesterday. So there's Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
You can tell us how it is, Stephanie.
It actually is a lot of fun.
No, I'm saying when you go see the movie, you can tell us how it is.
I'll tell you how it is, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably be more excited if Ryan Reynolds wasn't the voice of Pikachu. And nothing against him, nothing against Pokemon or whatever. It's just like...
Also, apparently that's my brother's
Pikachu
birthday
was just going to
weekend.
sound like Deadpool.
Did he get that job because he was on The Masked Singer?
Maybe.
Either that or they said, hey, Ryan, here's a big, wealthy check to voice Pikachu. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So...
John Wick 3, Parabellum, is coming out May 17th. I haven't seen either of the John Wick movies.
Neither have I, so...
Oh, I can comment on those ones.
Sure.
I've seen all of them. If you're into that style of movies, they're fantastic.
Okay.
From an acting perspective, I give him so much kudos because he method acts 100% through these movies and literally trains like a military operative to get ready for these movies. Like he actually goes through the paces of 3-gun training and shotguns and assault rifles. And I've seen a bunch of videos of him doing training for the movie. And for him to go through that, I think the movie's going to be really good.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. And it's not that I don't like the John. I mean, I just haven't seen them yet.
I literally just watch every single movie that stuff blows up.
Sure.
I grew up in the 80s and 90s. You know what I mean? So I'm like all about.
So
those
in the Schwarzenegger,
action,
Van Damme, Seagal,
yes,
Stallone.
I'm all
days.
about those action movies.
All right, cool. Next is Aladdin on May 24th.
Yeah,
I'm in for that one.
That's Phoenix Comic Con weekend or Phoenix Fan
Weekend.
Fusion. Yeah.
You know, I'm excited to see Aladdin. I might go see it that Thursday when it comes out.
Sure.
But I'll see who'll go with me.
Yep, I'm going to see that. And then they have an Aladdin on stage show that is traveling the country that just recently started. That's like part advertising for the movie.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna go to that too.
Yeah, one of my friends actually just got tickets for that.
Nice.
So,
I actually saw when I was on my honeymoon, on the Disney cruise, they actually have like an Aladdin stage show that they do. Oh my God, the genie was great.
Nice.
So shout out to you, Genie.
Yeah. May 31st, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I'm excited for that. You're both giving me blank stares and shrugs.
I haven't seen any of the Godzilla stuff at the same time.
I watched the original
From
Godzilla.
1955?
That one and the other one. There was one that came out in the 80s.
There were a few that came out in the 80s, but
Yeah, I
probably
like
Godzilla in 1985.
I'm all about
or 86.
Godzilla.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Godzilla!
I mean, you can't see it, but Ryan is mouthing badly along while he's speaking Godzilla. The last American-produced Godzilla movie was okay. I didn't hate it as much as some other people did, but
I feel like it's going to be some variant of like Pacific Rim.
Probably.
Well, maybe.
With the girl with 11 from
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, yeah.
King Ghidorah is my favorite of the Godzilla monsters, and he's totally in the trailer. He's the three-headed golden dragon. So to get to see him in a Hollywood-produced movie, like nothing against Japan and the old rubber suits and stuff, but like, let me see what else they can do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Let's
agreed.
try something different. It's 2019. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Slightly less excited for June 7th's movie, Dark Phoenix, the X-Men.
You guys are going to have to
Sequel.
fill me in on that one. I don't even know what that one is.
That's an X-Men movie.
Yeah, it's the new X-Men movie.
Is it a Fox-produced one?
It is
That's
a
why I haven't
Fox-produced one.
cared about it.
Right. So it was supposed to come out this past November and got pushed back to Valentine's Day. And then the trailer dropped, and the trailer got so much excitement that they pushed it back to June.
And the reason why they pushed it back was because Once Upon a Deadpool came out in December, and that pushed back Battle Angel Alita, and then now that's Valentine's Day,
right.
and then
Yeah. So Dark Phoenix is a movie that's been pushed back 6 months, 7 months, whatever.
I watch it when it gets to like Netflix.
Yeah, I still haven't watched X-Men Apocalypse, and that's been out for years. I have a digital code for
watched
it, but I
First
haven't
Class,
checked in.
but
So First Class is okay. I really like Days of Future Past.
Apocalypse wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good either.
Right, and that's kind of all of the X-Men movies by today's standard. The other thing is like the first X-Men movie was great for 2000. X-Men 2 was great for 2003. But now we're in an era where we're getting superhero movies literally every month.
It's true.
So
Step up your game, Fox.
Yeah, like
I guess we won't have to really worry about that anymore.
No, because the Fox-Disney merger is still in process and still hasn't officially
I'm
gone
excited
through,
about how many cool spin-off series they're going to have in the new Disney streaming service.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of spin-offs, Men in Black International is coming out on June 14th. That's Flag Day. Men in Black International is the one that has Thor,
Chris Hemsworth. And pretty much it's Thor and Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok,
Right.
but if they were the Men in Black.
Yeah.
I will totally be watching that.
Yeah.
I'm
looks-
Sounds
excited.
interesting. I like the other Men in Black and and Thor. Yeah, cool.
So there you go. It's a win-win.
It looks like it's kind of a subtle remake reboot of the first movie, but with Thor and I want to say Jamie Alexander, but that was Sif. Whoever. I'm terribly sorry I forgot your name, lady that plays Valkyrie, but you were great in that movie, and I need to see more movies with you so that I can remember your name. So keep getting cast and stuff.
Yep.
So I will go see Men in Black just to remember your name.
Yep.
The week later, June 21st, Toy Story 4 comes out.
Hey, that's your movie. You star in that.
There is a kid named Andy that collects toys in that movie.
Actually,
That's true.
based off the things that I've been reading and looking into, Andy's not in this one.
Well, he did give the toys away at the end of Toy Story 3.
He did. But however, what I have seen for Toy Story 4, or at least seen and or read or whatever, Bo Peep is back.
Okay.
There's a poster. They released an official poster.
Okay.
I read an article where they had Woody's last line. I'm not going to read it on here, but it made me tear up.
Uh-oh.
And according to both Tom Hanks and Tim Allen, they were both in tears at the end of the film. And I'm like, oh God, how badly are we all going to cry?
Yeah. Let me tell you, as much as everyone else had a problem with tearing up in Toy Story 3, that movie's worse when your name is Andy.
Yeah.
right?
I haven't seen that.
The thing is, though, the original Toy Story is as old as I am, so I have actually grown up with these toys and these movies. So for me, it's going to be even more heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've literally seen the first one and the second one, and that's it.
The second one is the best, just saying. I'm sorry, I loved the second one a lot.
Yeah. No,
Hey, the heart wants what's a heart wants.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like all of them, or I've liked all three of them, so I have no reason to.
You know,
and
I
like
have no
all the
hate
shorts.
for any of them, so... the shorts are great, too.
I watched a few episodes of the Buzz Lightyear cartoon, and even though at the time it came out, I was probably a little too old for it, it was still a well-made show.
Now I want to go watch Buzz Lightyear Star Command again.
Yeah.
That's such a great movie and show.
Hey, speaking of Disney things that came out in 1995, July...
Technically 94, to be politically correct.
Well, okay. Lion King comes out July 19th.
I am excited for this
live action, quote unquote.
CGI, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So
Lion
this
King.
would be like how the most recent Jungle Book was kind of created,
minus
but
humans.
in a Lion King.
Yes.
I don't know. I kind of like the Jungle Book one, so it should be pretty cool.
Yeah. James Earl Jones is coming back as Mufasa. So
Donald Glover plays Simba, and
That's pretty great.
Beyonce plays Nala.
all right.
Dude, that guy is freaking Darth Vader and Simba.
Wait,
James Earl Jones?
James Earl Jones.
is Darth Vader and Mufasa.
And
And
Mufasa.
that's what I meant to say,
Okay.
Mufasa.
I was
Like, it's pretty awesome.
But Donald Glover is Lando Calrissian and Simba.
So
So
That's pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
well, but I don't know if you guys have seen or heard the most recent trailer, but there's a part where
Disney's
it's
just being efficient.
exactly. But James Earl Jones is reading a line, obviously, and it's one that I recognize immediately from the original film.
Sure.
But I can hear in the beginning of the line he sounds a lot like Mufasa, but because he's older now, his voice turns into Darth Vader toward the end, and I'm like, remember who you are. I'm like, I don't think Mufasa is that menacing.
I want someone to overdub
Mufasa,
Lion
I
King
am
lines
your
with
father.
coming from America or coming to America.
There you go.
Right. My
So-
son works.
So,
That'd be great.
so.
We talked about Spider-Man Far From Home.
I love that movie, dude.
He means the Coming to America, not Spider-Man Far From Home. That's not out yet.
Oh, well, I mean, you can love the trailer.
I love,
I guess.
I love Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's probably my all-time favorite Marvel character.
That's
There you
totally
go.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a reprint of Marvel #1 somewhere.
Of
The Amazing Spider-Man #1.
yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
I probably do too.
I just have the video game and a jacket.
There you go.
So,
August 2nd, Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw, starring The Rock and the Transporter.
And my wife and I are both Fast and Furious nerds.
Okay.
We've seen all of them a bunch of times. I own every single one of them. You know, I'm in.
Yeah.
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 so the only Fast and Furious film I've seen was the last one Paul Walker was in. And
Okay.
I was like, okay, sure. I got outvoted to go see this movie with my family.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I watched it, and I'm like, it's all right. And then the ending happened, and then I just I didn't even know this actor that well. I didn't even see the other films, but this is making me cry right
Oh,
now.
no.
Especially with the See You Again
Yeah, I'm a
playing.
big Paul Walker fan. Have
Yeah.
been for a long time.
I saw the first Fast and the Furious on USA like a couple years after it had come out, before it was a franchise. I think there were like 3 of them out at that point. And I was like, all right, sure. But it looks like they've just kind of turned into crazy Black Ops superhero movies.
I went from a car chase movie to Black Ops.
Yeah, which is cool, but
It's like car chases meets like a Jason Statham film. Oh wait, Jason Statham's been in the Fast and
Right.
Furious
He has.
films.
right, and he's in this one, so
I don't know. I like
Yeah.
what they're doing with the series.
Yeah.
I think again, I'm a big action movie fan.
Right,
so
right. And again, it's not that I have anything against them. I just haven't seen the rest of them. 'cause
Same.
I keep watching Transformers over and over again. August 13th is The New Mutants, another Fox-produced X-Men family movie that keeps getting pushed back.
I don't think that's a family film. Isn't this the one that's like the horror film?
Oh, I'm sorry. Fox family, not.
Oh,
not,
okay.
Yeah. Not a movie for families, but part of the Fox family
family of
Okay,
productions.
because I seen the trailer for this and I'm like, this is looking creepy
I'm sorry.
as hell.
Yeah. Thank you for catching that. New Mutants is they were the junior X-Men. The comic started in the early '80s, and they wanted to extend the X-Men brand and start a second monthly comic. And so they were like, well, let's do a comic about other students at the Xavier School. And so they started doing that, and then they eventually became X-Force in the '90s and made a lot more money that way. But the fans of the New Mutants are a lot more vocal than the fans of X-Force, so they made it a New Mutants movie and keep not releasing it. So this movie may
Another
or may
Fox
not come
movie back.
out. Yeah.
I don't think the Disney Fox merger really helped their films.
Absolutely not.
So
Absolutely not. Stephanie, I'm sorry, but September 6th, It Chapter 2 comes out.
not gonna see it.
It's a horror movie with a clown. So
I'll go see Spider-Man for the 5th time by that point.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be seeing that one either.
Okay.
Oh, which I did see Spider-Verse. That was amazing.
Spider-Verse was amazing.
I have read those,
It.
all of them.
Yeah?
Yeah, I won't see the movies.
Okay.
No,
That's fair.
Clowns kind of creep me out too.
Okay.
Creepy dudes.
Okay.
Creepy
Yeah.
dudes.
I'm not a horror guy, so I have no problem with clowns.
I'm glad you're not a whore.
Yeah, thank you. You don't know what I do on the weekends. I'm probably going to go watch movies all day tomorrow. October 4th, speaking of clowns, the Joker movie comes out.
I don't. So here's the thing. I will give credit to the Joker. He is a fantastic villain. He's been played by a lot of amazing people, except for one. And I don't. I've seen the poster for this. I'm not comfortable with where this is going.
That's fair. It's is it Joaquin Phoenix is playing the Joker in this one, I want to say.
I'm not comfortable at all.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
Like I know my friends who are big fans of the Bat Boys are probably going to go see it because their boys might be in it. Me, on the other hand, this might be the one DC film that I actually completely veto.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair. Yeah, Joker's cool, but I don't know that I want to see a movie where Joker's the focal point. I like him as Batman's rival. I don't like him enough to see
Robert De Niro's in that too.
Who's he playing?
I don't know. I just barely started searching it because I didn't even know that movie was coming out until I came and sat down with you guys.
Okay,
there we go.
I'm a big fan of that whole thing. I love Batman and Joker and.
Yeah.
Joker was made famous for me from the first Batman.
Right.
Yes.
That Jack Nicholson was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The best Joker, in my opinion, ever.
I mean, Mark Hamill's the best Joker.
Mark Hamill.
On the animated series. But
I haven't seen the animated series.
Okay.
For the best movie Joker.
I will absolutely agree with that.
I've only seen the more recent ones, so I'm going to say Heath Ledger. So.
Okay.
He was good too.
I prefer Heath Ledger over Jared Leto any day.
I prefer taking a dump over Jared Leto.
Dang. It's like.
Just a brief side story. So I was taking a class my senior year, and one of the classes we had to read this article on method acting, and it was about his method acting in that, and immediately all of us in that class were like, oh, God.
Yeah, where you're mailing dead rats to people and stuff.
I am in full support of method acting.
Sure.
But once you start going too into character and you take it too far, then you need to stop.
Yeah. It's funny when it's entertainment.
I'm going to star in a gangster movie, so I actually go do a drive-by.
Right. See, that's
not a good idea. If it's like, I'm going to go star in a gangster movie, so I go and meet maybe somebody who's no longer a gangster anymore and get ideas on how the lifestyle is, and then maybe, I'll lose weight or buff up a little bit. But
if you're Jared Leto, you're getting jumped in.
Right.
He's going to get arrested one day for doing the stupid stuff that he does.
That's probably true.
So, anyway, next movie.
Speaking of stupid stuff that people do, Zombieland 2 is coming out on October 11th.
Sure.
Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's been 10 years.
I wonder if Bill Murray will be in that one, too.
Well, he died 10 years ago.
In the original?
No, in the movie. I'm sorry. Bill Murray's still
Do you know how many people are freaking out, checking their phones right now?
I was like, did you just get tweeted?
No. Okay,
as far as I know, right now.
As far as I know, Bill Murray is still alive and is planning to be in a Ghostbusters 3 that's supposed to come out next year.
Okay, that I didn't know about.
He was a zombie in the movie. You never know what happened.
That's true. We could get zombie Bill Murray in Zombieland 2. I liked Zombieland, but I don't know
if it deserved a sequel.
Well, it was.
I won't see it in the theater. I'm not going to go spend like $10 or whatever.
Sure.
Ticket
I never even saw the first one. So.
No. Zombieland is actually one that you could probably handle because it's a comedy.
Yeah. Oh no, I know that.
Okay.
I know that. It's just I was never interested to begin with.
That's fair.
So
that's fair. I wasn't either, and I watched it on Netflix when I was kind of bored one day, and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good.
Despite the actors in it, I'm like, nah.
So what I'm super excited for. November 1st, there is the Untitled Terminator project coming out, which is not the name of the movie, but it's Terminator 6.
Terminator's part of the reason why I love action movies so much.
Terminator 2 is still my favorite movie. I did a thing on my Instagram this week where I pulled all the copies of it that I own, and I own like 9 copies of that movie.
Oh my God.
I have 4 Laserdiscs,
I was just going to say, do you have it on Laserdisc?
4 times. 4 Laserdisc, 2 Blu-rays, a DVD, a VHS, and 2 Sega Genesis games.
Has Arnold Schwarzenegger commented at all, like, you are a fan?
No. I didn't tag him. I couldn't find his Instagram account.
I don't think he has one.
In fairness, I bought 1 VHS, 1 DVD, 1 Blu-ray, and 1 Laserdisc, and the rest have all been gifts from friends.
Wow.
Who all think it's funny
Do you
that I should
still have a
own.
Laserdisc player?
I do.
That is amazing.
I found it at a thrift shop for $2.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And it worked.
And I was like, hey, this thing's $2. Well, let's see if this works. And I had bought Terminator 2 on Laserdisc because I thought it would be funny to own my favorite movie on a format that doesn't exist.
Right.
A sci-fi movie on outdated technology. That's hilarious to me.
That's how they taught us in school. They taught us on school on outdated technology.
Exactly. Yeah, back in our day.
Yeah, they're like, here, watch this Laserdisc. There's only 60 minutes. I have to flip it over.
Right. Yeah. Let me tell you, that's actually really nice when you're at home watching movies because there's a built-in bathroom break.
Right.
Right? It's like, oh man, I watched an hour of this movie. I'm going to get up and take a leak.
Yeah,
make a sandwich.
refill the drink cup.
Yeah, and then come back and watch the rest of the movie.
It's like watching the director's cut of Lord of the Rings. Or extended edition,
yeah, where you have to swap out the DVDs.
Yeah, there's like 4 of them.
Yeah.
I think I have that set.
Last Action Hero was one that unfortunately I got up to take a break from and never sat back down again. It's been waiting to play side 2 for about 3 years now.
Aww.
Yeah, well,
So.
that's what I get for buying Last Action Hero.
There you go.
Anyways, yeah, Terminator, very excited, but there's nothing out about the movie except that Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton are both coming back for it.
Sweet.
So we'll see.
Get to the chopper!
That wasn't that movie. Okay, we got like 7 minutes left. November 8th, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Starring Jim Carrey.
Wait, what? Really?
I was watching the Golden Globes, and he did a plug at one point when he was being shooed to the back to the TV side of the audience and said, and he's like, "Oh yeah, make sure to check out Sonic the Hedgehog coming out November 8th." And then he sat down, and I'm like, did he just plug that he's in this film?
Okay. Well, apparently Jim Carrey's in Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, either he's in it or he's helping produce it. I don't know
I was
yet.
going to say, if he's in the film, it'd be the first time he's been in a film in quite a long time.
That's a funny film, yeah.
Yeah, because he just came. The last thing that just got released with him on it didn't even go to the big screen.
It was a horror film.
Yeah, it was just like a DVD release.
Was the last theatrical release he was in Kick-Ass 2?
Yes.
Wow. And he hated that movie. And was publicly decrying it before it came out.
So speaking of sequels that everybody's going to be crying about.
Oh, God.
Frozen
Stephanie, just
2.
let it go.
So, my best friend worked the Frozen sing-along at Disney to the point where she couldn't even hear the music anymore. So, but no, Disney's pulling...
What did you... Wait, whoa.
You're good.
You pulled my headphones out.
You pulled my headphones out.
I can't hear myself.
Just keep talking.
Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, so Frozen 2...
Pull the electricity out.
So Disney, I think, is pulling some... I think this is the one reason why Wonder Woman 1984 was like, yeah, no, we'll wait till next summer. But Disney's ballsy for saying, hey, we're going to have Frozen come out, and then a month later is Star Wars.
It's true.
They're
It's true.
insane.
Yeah. And December 22nd is Star Wars Episode 9. And the end of this current Star Wars trilogy.
My daughter's a huge Frozen fan. She loves it. So
Sure.
I have seen the original Frozen.
I'm still going to go see it. It's just more of...
Right. I've seen the original Frozen movie somewhere in the hundreds of times.
Well, let's leave with episode 3.
Oh, my goodness gracious. So, but I think I'll go, Thanksgiving trip for Frozen 2, and then right before Christmas for the
Star Wars, yeah.
the best film ever.
So hopefully we'll be getting a title for episode 9 here soon, and hopefully we'll be getting a trailer, at least a teaser for it soon as well.
I'm guessing San Diego Comic-Con is when all of that's coming
I'm going to say Star Wars Celebration in April.
Oh, that probably makes more sense.
That would be the place to do it.
Or May the 4th. Yeah.
Probably gonna be Celebration.
So actually, hey, we got through that list in time. I was
4th.
kind of surprised.
But
I just did a quick count, and I realized that either 9 or 11 of these, depending on how you count them, are all Disney movies.
Well, hold on. Let's see here. We have
of the 27 movies. So
Captain Marvel, Dumbo, Endgame.
Oh, I skipped Dumbo.
Aladdin.
Shit. Okay.
Toy Story, Lion King, Spider-Man, Frozen, and Star Wars.
Yeah, and then technically Dark Phoenix and New Mutants will be under the Disney release when those come out, even though they were produced by Fox.
That is true.
So 10 or 12 of these movies are going to be Disney released. It's going to be a good year for Walt Disney.
I was going to say Disney is generating some serious revenue.
Yeah.
And guess what else is happening this year? This summer, Star Wars Land opens, Galaxy's Edge opens at Disneyland, and this fall it opens at Disney World. So Disney's going to be rolling in the dough come Christmas.
And just this past week, Kingdom Hearts 3 came out on PS4.
I need to
just
go.
in time too. Did you hear that they're going to be raising the rates for Disneyland as well?
That's
Surprise, surprise.
It's not going to change anything. People are still going to keep going and flooding the parks.
Yeah.
That's why I go to Disney World, because it's not crowded.
Not this guy.
Well,
Go to Disney World, it's not
I
crowded.
haven't been to a Disney theme park since 1997.
We're going to get media passes to Disneyland.
Yes, let's do that.
Oh my God, please, can we? The Disney nerd here wants to go.
I can't divulge my secret on the air, but I'll tell you guys after.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Cool. So, but yeah, no, so Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is happening. And yes, you're correct. Kingdom Hearts 3 did come out, and I saw a post yesterday that made me laugh, and it said, whoever said Kingdom Hearts 3 will come out when Hell freezes over, I hope you enjoyed the bargain that you got. Because there's a Hell, Michigan that is completely frozen right now.
I went to Hell, Michigan last summer and bought some property there.
That was awesome.
And yeah, and Hell was negative 5 degrees yesterday.
So Hell has in fact frozen over, and Kingdom Hearts 3 is sitting on shelves, and I haven't bought my copy yet.
Hey, you know what? I need to make a public apology. A couple months ago, I said I didn't think Kingdom Hearts 3 was a real game. I didn't think it was actually coming out, and it's out and it's available, and you can go buy it right now.
You and about 20 of my friends have said that exact same thing to me, and because here's the thing, and I've said this before, I finally bought my copies of the first 2 Kingdom Hearts games while I was in college. That was only a few years ago. Mm-hmm. So my time gap between 2 and 3 has only been a few years.
Not the 13 years it's been for everyone else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, I am like uber excited while everyone else is like, oh my God, it happened. Where's Half-Life?
And I was just about to say, we finally got Duke Nukem, we finally got Kingdom Hearts, and Half-Life 3 is next. All I know is that Capcom counted to 3 a lot faster with their 6 versions of Street Fighter 2 than any of these other companies have been counting.
Andy and I played Street Fighter at the sandwich shop, and he beat me up good.
The video game, not actually physically beat him.
The video
Right.
game.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, emotionally, I felt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just joking. It was a good blast from the past. I didn't realize that you were so good at that game, though.
Yeah, I play a lot of Street Fighter. I own all of them.
Nice.
A lot.
Own a lot of them a lot. Okay.
I own all of them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because they keep re-releasing it, and I keep buying new game consoles, because every few years there's new game consoles. So I'm
fair
like,
enough.
well, I got to get Street Fighter on this one, so I don't have to turn on the old thing. So,
I will still be waiting until my paycheck to go buy Kingdom Hearts 3.
well, you don't have to wait too long. Hey,
Yes.
we're done. Where can people find Ryan? Where can people find you on the internet?
VoiceAmerica.com.
Where else can people find you on the internet?
RyanTreasure.com. FindingYourFrequency.net.
Yeah.
At Radio Ryan 1 on Twitter.
Okay.
I'm also Radio Ryan 1 on Facebook.
Okay.
And I'm also Radio Ryan 1 on LinkedIn.
Man, 3 cheers for consistency. Good job.
I'm old. I got in early.
Yeah. No, that's great.
And then you can also always check out Atomic Monsoon on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram with the underscore between Atomic and Monsoon. You can email us if you have any questions or you want us to talk about something specifically at our Gmail, which is atomicmonsoon@gmail.com. Check out our stuff on Redbubble. Go buy things.
I just put a new thing up today.
He did. It looks awesome.
It's in case you don't know where the pop socket on your phone goes, you can buy our new phone case.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And if you guys are listening on any of the podcast outlets like Google or on Apple, please leave a review.
Yes.
Right? 5 stars.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
All the way around.
I think we deserve 5 stars.
I think
we
you
do
guys
too.
Yeah.
We're not the best at this yet, but this is only like our 15th episode.
I mean,
so.
also the guy who said he liked us under Kevin Smith's podcast.
That's true.
I mean, I think we do deserve those 5 stars.
That's true. Yeah, one of our
Yeah,
fans
I
said
think so.
that we're his second favorite pop culture podcast after Kevin Smith, and given that,
Except he's going to listen to this one and be like, "Who's that guy Ryan that you had on?"
Yeah.
And then,
Well,
so
we'll see.
sorry.
No,
No, I mean,
maybe we'll kick Josh off and have you on every week.
no, we love you, Josh. Continue with the show.
I don't have as much knowledge about some of these things as Josh does.
That's true.
I think it was a good thing to do the movies then today.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was a good idea because some of the, I don't really play video games anymore. I probably
Right.
haven't for like 10 years, but movies, on the other hand,
Sure.
that's something
Yeah.
I'm into.
Yeah.
So thanks for having me on, you guys. I
thanks
appreciate
for
It was
coming on.
fun.
Really
It was a
appreciate
lot of
having you. Yeah.
So we'll see you all nerds next week. Have a fun and safe Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes.
because we never know what will happen. And let us know what else you guys want us to talk about.
Yeah.
Come next week. If there's anything special you guys see in the news, anything, elsewise, I know award season is happening right now, so if you guys wanted us to talk about any of that, please let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Just find Atomic Monsoon on wherever your favorite
thing
place
is.
to find us is. All right, guys. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.